take number 352, but don't tell anybody. I don't feel very good, but I'm still going to try to make this video. Welcome back to the channel. This is my GW-M5610U. On a previous video, I changed the glass. This used to be a typical red line glass, and I changed it. And as you can see, it says EL backlight, but it doesn't have an EL backlight. It's just, you know, it's a new LED module, $34.95. For some reason, I don't like the red line glass on this watch, and I think it's because this watch is like big forehead, because it needs the space down here for all this extra stuff that it has down here for the battery level and the snooze, alarm, and signal. But today I finally got the black buttons I've been waiting for. I think they took like 5 or 6 weeks to get here, straight from Japan. This is from an old 5610. That's the part number. I'll leave you a link from where I got it. And I'm also going to install metal bracelet, metal bezel, because I don't really wear these watches all that much, but if I ever do, I prefer the bracelet. It's a lot quicker, and I don't really dig the rubber straps anymore. Let me show you here my other two. This is the blue line 5610U with original gold buttons from another watch. I recently did a video on this one. This is the GW-5000. This one does have the, let me see if I can get it to, yeah, it doesn't want to do it. Or maybe I can't see it because there's too many light. So one of the difference, if you didn't know, is that the old module, you couldn't change the date format. On this new one, you could put it backwards, which I'm going to be changing that because I really don't like that. That hurts my brain whenever I see that. I don't know why, but whenever somebody tells me a date and they give me the day first, I feel like I'm lost in space. Especially if it's today's date, yeah, I don't mind. But if we're talking about something that happened in the past, or let's say I'm making an appointment for something, don't give me the date first, because I can't write it down. You know what I mean? Give me the month, and then I'll look up on my calendar, and I could just swipe to the month. You see what I mean? You following me? I could swipe to the month, and then give me the date. And there I could write down the appointment. And that's how my brain works. I don't know if the same thing happens to you guys. So let's say you're in a doctor's appointment, and they're going to give you a date for a new appointment, and they give you the day first, and you have your phone in your hand waiting to write it down. What are you going to do? So now you got to wait until they give you the month and try to remember the day. And And for me, that's too difficult. I can't remember what I did just 2 minutes ago. It was probably just starting this video. Yeah, I've been recording for 5 minutes. All right, this is the module. This one doesn't, I don't like this one. Take out the module. Use this one. I'm gonna poke down here. I should be wearing my other goggles. This module already has an SDN display installed, in case you didn't know. This is the first time me trying it, and look at that. This module is tiny. If you didn't know, this module is the one that usually comes in the baby G-Shock. It's very small. Very, very tiny. You see it's still lubed from the last time I put it in here. And I also have to remove the bezel screws. I'm gonna call this the Darth Vader. Even though the watch that brought this glass, I got the serial number written down here because of course I was not gonna remember it. The GW-M5610-1BJF. It came with a negative display, but it didn't have black buttons. If I could remember, I'm gonna try to remember. I'm gonna see if I could get a list of all the 5610 that had black buttons. And there was also a DWD, remember DWD 5600, which is compatible. The bezels are the same. And that's the model I got the buttons from. So the difference between that old watch is that it doesn't have solar power, it doesn't have multiband 6, but the size is the same. And guess what? It's also a baby G. Some of them don't say baby G in the front, but they say it on the back. I'm gonna take the bezel because it's easier to remove the buttons without the bezel. There we go. All right, so now I do need the other goggles. I gotta wear goggles on top of glasses to be able to see. Okay, so I got my little tool here. This tool, I do have it listed in the video description. Missed it. If the C-clips, let me get you a close-up. Hopefully I won't go off frame. If they have like short if they're not very tall here, it's difficult to grab with this tool. If not, I'm gonna go with plan B. One more try and I'll go to plan B. Plan B it is. All right, when it gets difficult like this, take my X-Acto knife. I'll leave the button like this, and I'll push it just a little bit, and I'll try to get in here underneath, and boom. See that? Now it worked perfectly, but sometimes when that C-clip is there very, very tight, that C-clip tends to fly away. That's why I don't do it like that from the get-go. So we got the O-rings stay behind. And I would like to leave things loose here. So I like to put it together. Oop, I lost it. Let me zoom you guys out. My fingers are not working. There goes spring, washer, and rubber washing or O-ring. So I now have two sets of original silver buttons in stock. The ones from this watch and the ones I took off from this one. And the ones I took out from the GW-56 are different. And by the way, this one also has black buttons. On that video, I gave you the part number for that watch. They're different. All right, let me see if I could do another one. All right, let me, like some of these C-clips, that loop is big and I could grab it with this. But some of them, yeah, I got this one. I got it. I got two there. I found that some of these new watches, they really don't have that much like lube on the O-rings. Like this right here, it's pretty dry. I don't think I removed them on that previous video. I don't remember. Let me see if I can do another one. So I got it. Turns out that if I could do it sideways, I could grab more meat. That's why the O-rings are staying behind, because it doesn't have any lube. I mean, imagine it, maybe because it takes more time. That's why they don't lube them when they're putting them together. Because I think they're done by hand, you know, by humans. They're not done by a robot. I don't think a robot could, you know, do something as delicate as putting these buttons and these C-clips, but could be wrong. I don't know. I gotta check, see where was this one made. Made in Thailand. You see how, well, this one came out complete. Okay. So to lube the new ones, they do come with their own O-rings. Just use this. And this gets them nice and lubed, not excessive. Better than original. All right, I lost a button. I don't see it. Oh, right here. So if you go on AliExpress and you try to buy the AliExpress buttons, the AliExpress button will fit the case. It'll fit because it will fit the case. The problem with the AliExpress button is that the shape of this part right here is not the same. So when you install the bezel, the buttons are way in there and you barely can see them. And on that listing, when they say 5610, they're referring to this watch. This is a DW-5610, which I recently upgraded. See it right there? DW-5610. You see? And this watch uses the same buttons as a regular DW. What is this? What is this? It uses the same buttons as a regular DW 5600. Same buttons. The difference is on this watch is you can still get them on eBay, not brand new. But these have the old module with the EL light. And this one also got a STN upgrade. All right, so let me see. This is the complicated part. Getting the C-clip. Actually, on this watch, it's not that bad because we have a nice flat area here. If I had a big C-clip, I could do it with this tool. But on some watches, you have like a round piece of plastic that comes off here, and that makes it a little bit more tough to install these. Okay, I can't see. So right now I'm pressing the button slightly. All right, I think I got it right there. Oof, missed it. I need to press the button just so the groove on the button is exposed right there. All right, I let go of the button. So the spring is right now holding that. I use the back of this. Since I have a pretty big flat spot here. You heard that? Pretty easy on this watch. On some other watches, it's very complicated because you don't have the same space. Let me see if I could do this one. I think I got it. Yeah, got it. I think I was out of camera, but you know, I gotta see what I'm doing. Sorry. And if I zoom out, too much, you guys won't be able to see anything. You guys, I think you already saw the first one. I'm just repeating. There. Letting go of the button. Boom. All right, last one. Last one. You know, there was a time where I would never imagine I'd be able to record this part. But I've lost so many C-clips that I guess I became a professional loser of C-clips. It's not fun if you don't have any spares. The good thing about the AliExpress buttons is that they usually come with extra C-clips, and they do work with the original. I think I might have touched the inside of the glass. So when I do this, I gotta be careful because I have oil from the O-ring. So if I'm gonna use this rag again, I gotta flip it around and make sure that I'm using a part that didn't touch. You know, this is one of the most difficult things to me. It's like keeping the inside of the glass clean, because sometimes you can't, like right now, I see something, but I don't know if it's using a little bit of alcohol. I don't know if it's me or I don't think so. I think that might be in the inside. And you have to be careful not to use, like, I just use, you know, it had a little bit of alcohol, but it had very, very small amount. Because if you have like large amount of alcohol in there, it'll mess up your solar. Plus, on this watch, I forgot that you have double glass too. You have the glass of the solar, plus you have the glass on the outside. Bad design, you know, in my opinion. I think the G5600 is the same, and the GW is the same. They have double glass. The solar panel part has its own glass. Yeah, I think I got it. All right, let's get the module. Module looks good. Beautiful. Okay, let's go like this. Let's get the O-ring. Nice. Nice and lubed. Okay, we got the 12 o'clock up there. Okay. Got one screw here. Turn it around. Go down here. Notice how I'm not screwing them down all the way. All right, so I do 1, 3, 2, 4. I go back to 1, back to 3. I'm not doing any type of pressure here, no crazy stuff. And back to 4. Boom. Look at that. All right. Boom. You want to see that again? Like this. That'll make a nice reel. All right, so you think I should use these original stainless steel? Of course not. Of course not. Here's another another nugget for you. Instead of using these original stainless steel, which if you notice, they have like this step here, right? These are designed for the rubber bezel for this watch and the DW56 and the GW-B5600. I got two type of screws. I got this one, M 1.6 times 4 millimeters long, and I have another size there. Do not use those screws that they give you on AliExpress. The ones that use the flathead, those things are huge. They're too long, and what you're doing is you're messing up your watch. Now I could install the bracelet, but I want to show you something. So these are 4 millimeters long, right? This watch is what I call a virgin. It always had original screws, so these should work. They should work perfectly fine. I should have enough meat. If I can get it in there, because I think these holes are like sideways. There, you see they're not straight, so you gotta find the groove right there. So sometimes when you use a metal bezel and you use the original screws, you see how the thread on this, it's similar to the one I'm using, but it's very short. But because you're using a metal bezel, it actually sticks out further out, so you're not grabbing all that much of the thread. And what ends up happening is you end up stripping the beginning of the hole, and then the original screws, they no longer work. They feel like they're stripped. So right now these 1.6 times 4, they work perfectly. I'm not gonna screw them all the way because I still gotta put the bracelet on. The other option is, I got this box in Amazon, and it wasn't very expensive. So I don't have a 1.6 here, but I have a 1.7, which is bigger. So if you have those AliExpress and you want to switch out to Phillip, because it's easier to put in and put out, and to me it looks better than those big humongous Phillip, then you go with the 1.7, and this one is 5 millimeters long, and you shouldn't have to go with this one that's a little bit longer, 6 millimeters. I pre-sized the bracelet, eyeballed it. Hopefully I kind of did a good job. The reason I didn't put the screws in all the way is because when you're doing metal bracelets, sometimes you got to push on the bezel to get the spring bar to click. You see what I mean? have to remove that bezel to get this to work. Or I might just try to do something crazy and push it. But you can see here the one on this side has not clicked yet properly. So the proper way to do this is to remove the bezel. That way the bracelet can go in and out freely and hook. See, since it's loose, I was able to push it and it hooked. No, I didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna remove it. Remove it. Remove the screws. Let's try it again. Now, without the bezel, you have to be careful to stay on this side of the watch. This watch, since it's basically brand new, you see how I hooked over there? The problem might be the spring bar. The hole is very, very tiny. These are the things you have to do to cheat a little. I'm prying on it, bending it just a little bit. To get it to go in there. If not, where is, let me see, right here. Using the fork, you go in here. You try to help it out. No. Okay. I got it to hook. No. Yeah. Got it to hook. Now I gotta push it on this side. There. See? It takes time. Now I need to push this all the way in there. Make sure that doesn't come out. You gotta remember, these, they're not original. They're not original, so I'm sorry. I'm doing the same trick over here before I even go over there. I'm trying to bend the spring bar just a little bit. Now, if you want to get original metal bracelets, you have to turn to the, there's a version of the GA2100 or GB2110. I don't know which watch it is that comes with metal bracelets. that fits the squares. It's not the GMB. The GMB is compatible with the GMW B5000. Flew. Yeah, that hole is tiny on that. Tiny, tiny, tiny. So the thing is that once you do this once, and that spring bar breaks like this, you have to use a new spring bar. Get out of here. Luckily it comes with 3, because it knew I was gonna break one. See, it's like they know. On the GW-5000, you have to sand, because it's the same bracelet. You have to sand this area right here, because it's even worse on that watch, to get it to fit. So right now, if I wanted this to go in without any problem, I would have had to like sand, but I really don't feel like it. All right, let me see if I can get it. You guys like watching all these mistakes? Or do you want me to do it like everybody else and stop recording and do everything without any errors? Yeah, I think I got it. Some people think that this is easy and you get it in the first shot. Yeah, that's not the case. As you saw, when it's brand new, there you go. Nope. See, it came off. Yeah. You see, the problem is right here. If I sand just a little bit, it'll go in right away. But I really don't want to sand. I want it to go in. And I also don't want to damage this case with any marks. Let me use the X-Acto knife. Some of you guys might think that if you get one of these from eBay, you're just gonna go in and get it on the first shot. Sometimes you get, you get lucky and you get it. But, I want to say maybe 8 times out of 10, this is where you're gonna get, go through. That's why I want to show you. I'm gonna try to bend it. All right, so if I can't get it now, I'm gonna lightly sand because, you know, it might be that this end link right here might be a little bit chunkier than the other side. Because it should have gone in by now. No. I got it. No, went in through the other side. All right, last chance. Last chance. Here we go. Nope. See, it's just not getting there. All right, let me get the file. Okay. Shouldn't be doing this here. I like to keep this area clean, but I'm gonna show you guys. I'm going to show you just in case you've encountered the same problem. You see how there's like a lump here? Oh, and by the way, those 2100 that have metal bracelets, I don't think they come in black. They're all stainless steel, silver. I think that might have done it. Let's see. Let's see. Look, I broke it. Oh, that's the old one. Let's see if that was enough. Still gotta go a little bit more. Just a little bit more. the other side too. That way they are parallel. I really hate doing this right here. Boom. You see, that's all it took. But now you're thinking, well, you got that exposed metal now. Let me fix it for you. Let's see, show you how to fix that real quick. This is an oil ink marker. Oil ink. So you want to do a metal bracelet on your watch? Man, you gotta be ready to customize some other things. There you go. Since I have the file out, might as well do the other side. That way, if I ever have to remove it, you know what I mean? Because right now it's very, very tight. Might as well shave off a little bit on this side too. Try not to do that because you might scratch it on the side. But, you know. You could do this with a Dremel too, but you run the risk of damaging the side and the front. So this is actually the first time I've had to do this on a metal bracelet going onto a resin watch. They usually go in without any problem. But live and learn. This is how you find out, right? try to leave you a link for this marker too. Dries up pretty quickly, and it's oil, so once it dries, that paint, it's pretty solid. Just don't make a puddle here, because you gotta remember this. It's gonna be covered by the bezel, so all I'm doing is covering it up just in case it gets wet. That metal part is not exposed to the water. You know what I mean? That's it. All right, let's do this side first. That side should be dried. So now you've seen what it takes. The file I use, I think I bought at Lowe's. But you see how quick that was? So you go through the problem once, you file, and then you could remove and reinstall the bezel, the straps real quick. The paint on this side was still a little bit wet. I think I bent this spring bar just a little bit, so now it doesn't want to go in smoothly. I'll get it. I'm only having problems because I already bent it just a little bit, remember? But now it's good. All right, new rag. See? Not even noticeable. You only know what happened here because you've seen it. If you hadn't seen it, you would not know that I had sanded that down. All right, let's try this again. Like that. All right, with the bezel, I also do the same thing. I don't screw them down all the way. These are going to be a little bit tough because it's the first time they're going in. And they're actually going in a bit further in than the original. Just a tad bit. Nothing crazy like those AliExpress. Those AliExpress screws are actually 6 or 7 millimeters long, so a lot longer than this. Now, should I paint the letters on that bezel like I did with the GW-56? Yeah. I'm gonna leave it like that. Let me see how it did with the sizing. Oh, perfect. Check it out. What do you guys think? This was supposed to be a quick video. I can see I've been bumbling for an hour. But some of you guys really enjoy and want to learn and want to see how things are done. Because, you know, I could have chopped it up and made it into a 5-minute video. But then you would think that it's done in 5 minutes. And it's not. Changing the buttons and putting on a metal bracelet, it actually took an hour and some change. That's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Which is your favorite GW-M5610? I'm still going for this one with the gold filter. Even though I do like this one. But the 5000, you know, with the little extra weight, it does look good. The EO light. I'm slowly making a small collection of watches with the EO light. That technology is going away. All right. Oh, I gotta change that date. Oh God. Peace out. I could have some coffee now. The date has been fixed.